The debris of a successful afternoon. It might be a rather unusual way to start a video, but in fact, we're in the Rangers dressing room exactly 1 hour after they completed one of the greatest triumphs in the club's history. Because on Saturday, the 11th of May, they went out to face Aberdeen, and Rangers needed to win 2 points to get the championship. And they were facing adversity, some of the key players sitting in the stand watching the game. And during that 90 minutes, they actually had 2 players stretchered off, but they rose triumphantly to the occasion. And that's the evidence of it, the League Championship trophy. Now, you don't win this piece of silverware by merely playing well over one game. It's got to be the entire season, and it's that we now wish to reflect.
It's a very sad day for me.
The raising of the league flag has always been considered the top priority at Ibrox, so they brought in new faces at the start of the season, like Mark Hateley, who cost $1 million from Monaco. Peter Hoekstra came from 20 Enschede for $300,000. And to add steel to midfield, Terry Hullock arrived for Millwall, again for £300,000. And Oleg Kuznetsov had already been booked by Rangers from Dynamo Kiev for $1.2 million in July, but didn't arrive until October. From the opening game against Dunfermline, it was clear Rangers were confident they could retain their title.
Brown pushing up on the left to take the pass from Spackman. Pass towards Hateley. The opener for Rangers. Just 10 minutes on the clock. And any lingering doubts among the Rangers fans about Mark Hateley quickly dispelled. Got in by Cosma. Helped on there by Butcher as far as Paul Smith. Ricochet there, it's turned in by McCall, and Dunfermline are back on level terms. Has to take on Wilson. Great cross from Johnston. The goal which has been threatened throughout the second half is delivered by Maurice Johnston. So the striking partnership pays off again for Rangers. Walters again trying to test Tom Wilson, this time going inside, brought down from the rear, and that is a penalty kick. 3-1 to Rangers. That should clinch it. And fitting that Walters should get his name in his score sheet.
August, of course, is the month of the Skull Cup, the trophy that's been at Ibrox so often it could walk up the marble staircase and find the trophy room itself. The first game against East Stirling was a decided formality it was supposed to be, with Mark Hateley notching 2. Kelly, however, proved more stubborn. It took a late Maurice Johnson goal to pull Rangers through. Next opponent, Raith Rovers, in the 4th round, and Rangers got a very early fright. Raith were obviously not here just to spectate. Rangers, aroused from their slumbers, struck back. Peter Hoekstra was beginning to show watch the ball to Ali McCoist and, of course, the finish. And the usual delight. In the second half, the floodgates really opened after the well-kent great Hare got Rangers second. Terry Butcher's embarrassment was short-lived. If you've got to come back from an own goal, this is perhaps the best way to do it. He had salvaged himself in the space of a couple of minutes. Terry, though, was still struggling to find his true form after a hectic World Cup, and injury had taken toll of his fitness. On to the semi-final, Hampden Park on the 26th of September. One very important individual was missing. The Rangers club captain, Terry Butcher, dropped and an absentee from the game altogether. But there was still plenty of international class to catch the eye.
I know there was a feeling in England that Trevor Steven was a little lightweight to play in the centre of midfield, but Andy, I've always liked to see him play in there.
Yes, and he's always felt that eventually that would be his best position. I know a lot of people down south watching tonight, many Everton supporters will find it strange to see him in that position, but I know even from Everton days there that he did feel that that was his best position. He eventually wanted to find himself in there, and I think to be playing in Scotland at the pace of games played in there shows that he can do it.
I suppose as far as playing for England, though, his best chance is still to play wide on the right. But look at him through the middle here. Trevor Steven! It's a fabulous goal! And that gives him all the evidence he needs to say, play me there. That's what I can do for you.
So Trevor Steven had turned in one of the best midfield performances in years. He was underlining his importance as the man who gave his club real quality. Onwards now to the final. The opponent Celtic, the date the 28th of October, and with it its usual degree of controversy.
Hinckley, the through ball from Hurlock. Bonner's come, McCoist. Oh, and the referee rules that that's a dive. And it's a throw, and McCoist is furious.
Yes, you see he's saying unbelievable to the referee, and I must admit I thought that when I thought seeing it right off, I thought it was a penalty.
Collins to take the corner. Oh, and it's turned in by Elliott! Celtic have scored! McCoist, Walters, 1-1! Absolutely no chance for Bonner.
It's a good little move, and for once Mark Haley gets down, finds Ali McCoist, and Mark Walters punishes them badly for some slack marking and buries it right in the corner.
Yet again, the final was to go into extra time. Rangers had pulled themselves back into contention. They'd already been through this in their famous final with Aberdeen in 1987, and Celtic had endured the agonies of extra time and penalties in the Scottish Cup final. The strain was telling, and the Rangers' defence, especially Woods, had to be in fine form.
Jekanovski! What a wonderful save by Woods. Some clever contributions. Denying his inexperience. Oh, and is it in? It is! It's Richard Gough who came round the back.
Richard Gough had just reasserted himself in the best possible way as Rangers leader. He had scored many an important goal for the club, but none quite so vital at a time when the team was going through a period of readjustment. It's a mark of a quality player that he can pop up when least expected, like this.
Come on, he says. And he set the example. Rangers have won. Richard Gough has done it. And the pain of the past few days is forgotten.
Rangers had lifted the trophy for the 17th time, a record. The triumph was also a reflection of the strength and resilience of the Rangers pool. You could certainly sense that the captaincy of the club was something Gough would not relinquish at all easily, and that he might make a habit of doing this. The manager in a fit of sheer delight. He had crafted another famous victory. But the league was still the serious business, and an indication of Rangers' hunger for the title was to be in evidence at Tynecastle on the 8th of September.
Good play by the Dutchman, and a goal for Rangers! 21 minutes gone here at Tynecastle. Marvellous play by Rangers. Peter Hoostra showing why Graham Souness splashed out £300,000. And that already looks a bargain. The man from FC20 Enschede absolutely skimming Walter Kidd, getting the ball to McCoist, taking the return and slotting it past the diving Henry Smith. Johnston, great ball through Kelly McCoist, he's onside. McCoist must start. Number 2 for Rangers. Here's a chance for Ali McCoist! And McCoist gets his second goal of the game, and number 3 for Rangers.
Rangers were favourites to win the first Old Firm match of the season, and one of their new boys was soon making his impression felt in a game that didn't quite go to plan.
It's going to be taken by Trevor Steven, no let up at all. Corner coming out, he's in trouble again, there's McCoist. Out as far as Hurlock, a delicate little chip. And Bonner is at his best once again, beating that out. Well judged by the referee, David Syme. Here's John Collins. Glancing header! Derek White for Celtic! He's going to win that from Joe Miller.